Welcome, Crystal Gate. I'm playing HoloCure Save the fans. So, today I'm going to try the night version of Grassy Plains. I'm not going to eat any food if I expect to lose. Okay, she is, critical based. Okay, and hope complements it. Oh, the big problem here is that her attack doesn't pierce, so she gets overwhelmed by a large number of enemies. I'm going to take spider cooking to help with it a bit. The problem with spider cooking is that it gets outdated pretty quick in this area. Okay, Raven Feather, that's good. Whoa. Yeah. I am underpowered for those harder stages, really. Okay, and there goes my Raven Feather. Unfortunately, it still takes up space in my item slot, so okay, I think I just got infinite pierce with her attack, so that will help. Oh yeah. The important one important part of having a short blast instead of just two. They deal less damage, but due to the fact that you deal more hits, you will score more crits, and thus get more chances to trigger her crit-related abilities. That said, all of them have a cooldown. Cost. Oh boy. I'm going to just put my special and hope that I get enough experience to get something that will let me survive better, but yeah, the Nephilim Blast is already starting to get outdated. CEO's Tears is a good load. I do have 2 of the ingredients for a collab, so it's looking a bit better already. See, this is case where I can't take the gorilla spawn because my crit goes down to 2% and I stop triggering her healing. This Saki could, but now I'm going to stick to critting. I think I will need more damage. with Irys you get some certainty when you pick the rabbit like Marco, but each explosion will just do low amount of damage. That said, I do have the collab now. Oh! That one will come in handy actually. The critical hit stamp, it allows me to pick up the gorilla power and still have enough critical hit chance to somewhat reliable get a crit. The energy drink, it sounds a bit too risky here. Whammy water. Shoot! No, that was it. I'm going to pick the first stage normal mode, and what I'm going to do now is to play a Halo run, or however it's pronounced. It's an item that increases enemy spawn. Well, I have to actually get the Halo item before I can pick it up, of course. That's a thing. Okay, if I had been that lucky in the earlier stage with level ups, I may have fared a lot better. Yeah, Halo. The Halo makes more enemies spawn, but I would say that actually makes the game easier because my weapon doesn't really care about how many enemies there are. It deals, it pierces them anyway. This is the truth for a lot of weapons in this game. It just doesn't matter at all how many enemies there are, because if there are more enemies, they just hit more enemies. That said, the enemies still get stronger, but that's a bit compensated by the fact that you get more level ups. Oh yeah, you can sweep with a mouse to make the Nephilim blast spread out. It doesn't really help that much with killing enemies, because it mostly just means you spread the damage out, but it can be a way to fish for more critical hits. I have to look at the stamp that improves critical hits again. See if I have it here. Increases the chance. Okay, yeah, chance. I was for a second wondering. It looked like it could say damage instead, because it's a thing that there's effects that increases the damage of critical hits instead of the chance. And in this case that wouldn't help me. The important part is that I do get critical hits. I don't actually need to get that many, but I want to be able to pick the Gorilla's Paw, which lowers my critical hit chance by 20% and still score critical hits. That's really it, and I don't need to get many critical hits actually, I just need to get well, a couple, like reliable, get let's say 1 per second or something like that. Oh yeah, the star items, they I think fill up your special meter, but it was already full, so it did not matter. Glow stick. I don't think I should take the glow stick. The problem is that I have already used up one item that it combines with. And now I need the Gorilla's Paw, or is it Monkey's Paw? The item that makes me hit harder. Seishu Axe. Yeah! No, let's go for spider cooking. The Halo item, it makes enemies stronger. I don't know how much it does on level 5 because the game, as you can see, doesn't give a very helpful description. And also I don't know exactly what making enemies stronger means. If it's damage, life, movement, speed, combination, I do think it's... I do suspect that it's all of those three actually. Okay, time to pop the yeah, special. Okay, this is a very good item. Well, until you max out the money that is. Or rather, until you have bought everything you want. And then it stops being good. So once I get this collab, I think I'm going to pick the final level of the Halo item. There is an item called Super Shadow Time that it makes me auto collect all coins and also makes enemies drop more coins. It doesn't make the gold skull knock out more coins though. Still, that is an item that I really would have wanted. Suits tears, yeah, that's the item I need. Oh yeah, time to get the more half angel. I'm not going to do wrong with more healing now. I have pretty much the offense I need for a good while, as I... Raven's Fair, that one. It's a bit too late really for that one to be very useful. Whew! Gorilla's paw. Finally. I'm going to just use the anvils to increase the Gorilla paw because I want the collab as soon as I can now. Stolen piggy bank. Whatever. Nope. And nope. The Raven's Fair would have been great if I had gotten it earlier, but at this point I'm going to decline. Okay, the captain board is great. I'm well on my way to get my final collab. I can... Yeah, get rid of that one now because I made a collab that removes the gorilla power. Yeah, I got the collab, so now I'm able to get the critical hits without needing that bonus. And said before, for this character, most of her ability, she has ability she triggers with crits, but she can only trigger them once every 0.3 seconds, so there's very little point actually in her getting more crits than up to the point where you will reliably trigger. Now it's time to start upgrading the weapons themselves. Whammy water. Actually, let's check her weapon. It's multi. This weapon, one additional shot to ranged multi-shot weapons. The problem is I suspect that it just adds one single shot to her large chain of shots, which isn't that much. You know what? I'm going to... Yeah, no, I don't think I'm getting any much mileage out of that one. So I'm just going to stick to the rabbits then. This is also a character that doesn't really care about the area of effect on her own weapon. Holy shit. Okay, Irys song. I didn't beat the stage, but I get far enough to get an achievement for her. Let's go take care of them. Let's get some more workers. I do wonder if it's fan names that that they pulled from chat, or if GameMake just made up. Aristocrat. Okay, that's a fan of Irys then. $4.48. And I'm going to get first another character. Let's see here. Okayu. Abilities. Yeah, more money. This is one I would want, but I don't think it's worth going for it right now. What should I go for? I'm going to pick head office. Okay, her attack has this funny arc, like it's affected by gravity, but gravity seems to be south in this case, instead of, you know, down. If you didn't know anything about this VTuber, you can probably, from her skills and main attack, guess that she is about food. Whammy water. There is one character that makes a really good use of the Devil's Hat. That's one that can use special abilities a lot. Actually, let's see what the special ability does. Oh yeah! She doesn't take damage from enemies she walks into. Instead, they heal her. The whole idea with that you're saving the fans, it gets harder and harder to justify when they have characters who are clearly not saving them. I mean, Okayu here is even eating them at times. The whammy water weapon I have right now, this is one of the weapons that are considered very good without a collab as well. The End's Curse is also one of those weapons. That's one thing with those pre-spawn high health. The pre-spawn with those high health enemies that spawn in special pattern. you can still insta-kill them, so there's no real reason to care about them. I'm not getting very lucky with collab opportunities. Yeah, let's just get the new weapon. Okay, the BL book. I have at least the ingredients for one of the collabs now. I might actually have the ingredients for 2 collabs even. I think the book and the notes is one. Oh, I just realized that I probably screwed myself a bit when it comes to the collabs. No, actually I haven't. There is a way to get... there's a lot of overlap right now with collabs with what items they can collab with, but there is one way to get them all of the items to work together. Oh! There was the Raven's Feather, which I completely missed. Okay, glow stick. It's probably fairly easy to guess that that one may just combine with the notes. Whoa! That's a thing that you can do. I'm going to have to pick her for another run. But, well, let's spend the money. And that will be it. See you next time.